Welcome back to the Stocks with Josh show. Hey family, hit the like and say hi in the comments for me. You know, this channel, we are analyzing the markets as well as what's going on in the economy, as well as individual stocks. And we've made a lot of calls in the last couple of weeks and have been creating an opportunity for us to make money. Not every call is going to be accurate, but here's what I want to start off with today. If you guys don't have any money sitting on the sidelines, any cash that you don't intend to hold or you don't invest, but just cash on the sidelines, when markets move like they did today, you're going to miss out on big opportunities. So I just really want to start this video off and just say, give yourself a goal to put $1,000 on the sideline that you are simply not going to touch unless an absolute ideal opportunity arises. Today was that day with so many stocks hitting key levels of support and bouncing. Many of those key levels of support I gave you guys today. I'm going to run through some stocks and run through some cryptos, and we're going to talk about where they're going to go from here. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Join this family where we're having great conversations in the comment section here and on the MooMoo app. All right, so hey, let's look at crypto. So Sunday night, crypto was in decline. Pretty much until a specific spot, it turned around and began to move up. I always like to look at what's happening with crypto Sunday night because it can be an early indicator of what we might expect on Monday. And I think it was. But let's take a step back and look at where crypto is right now. The day went red. Crypto has fallen. It's kind of given back the gains that we saw Sunday night. So is that any indicator that the gains that we're seeing today might also be given back? These markets are going to be volatile. We're going to see a lot of up and down. And in that, there's going to be a lot of opportunity because typically in a low volatility environment, when the VIX is down beneath 20, price action doesn't move as dramatically as it does when it's up at 30 or even 40. I want you guys to begin to think about the VIX as a money-making opportunity. When the VIX shoots up to 30 or even to 40, which we could see in the days ahead of us, the higher it is up, stock prices on your favorite stocks are going to move, and the bigger the opportunity it's going to present itself to you. So what's gone well in crypto today? Well, one, SHIB has been an outlier. It's up today. What else has done well? Quant. Quant is also up. Quant's been up for weeks, but I want to break down the technicals a little bit with you guys. When Quant broke through $150, that was an area of resistance. And here's what's significant about that. It broke through, which means that it could go to the next larger, higher level of resistance. Could be 200, could even go to 300. But for it to confirm that bigger move up and for it to prove to us that it's going to be a sustained move up, we want to see a lot of back testing. We even would love to see accumulation at the level it just broke through. So I would love to see Quant come back and stay in the range where it's currently at and back test that 150, 155 for a period of time. That would give me much more confidence that it could then move up to 200, 250, 300. Right now, I'm waiting on that back testing. Keep that in mind. Don't get greedy. Just because it's moved up and it's going against the trend of crypto doesn't mean that it's just going to go up to 300, 400, 500. We need to see it. We need to see it take each level, and we need to see it validate each level. I want to take a look at the heat map of today. Obviously, there's a lot of green on there, but what is not green really stands out to me. One, Tesla. But then we have Visa, McDonald's, Chevron, and Meta. All of those companies are reporting earnings this week, and so it's fascinating to me that they're down. Does that present an opportunity? I'm going to specifically focus a little bit on Meta today, and Meta's earnings are on Wednesday. Is it worth playing the earnings on Meta, or is it just too risky? There's not a doubt in my mind that Meta has been an absolute falling knife. We are 70% down from our all-time highs, and even more amazing to me is we are 50% down from the 200-week moving average. In my mind, we just hit a key level of support. And so I'm considering playing Meta this week's on the earnings, but I could see us getting a really nice bounce, and I think we could even go all the way back up to $147 on Meta. However, if their earnings come out bad, then we are absolutely going to get a confirmed confirmation that Meta is going below $100. I actually think that Meta will go below $100 simply because there's just such an up-road battle with them as far as the amount of money that they've got to lay out and the transitions and shifts that they have to do. We are going to have some bounces on the way down, and I think Meta is overdue for a significant bounce. And so I think there's an opportunity, very likely take a position in Meta tomorrow morning. Let's talk briefly about ETFs, the Qs, TQQQ and SQQQ. On October 13th, I gave you guys the fact that I cashed out on my SQQQ at the very, very top. I gave you guys that price. We hit it. We went beyond it. I cashed out. Then we had the TQQ falling ridiculously below $17. And I told you guys, I actually was not intending to buy the TQQ that day, but I just thought the moves were ridiculous. And I thought, you know what, this is just too low. And so I snatched some up. I've been accumulating. And right now we are sitting 32% up on the day. So I want to point out something interesting. Larry made a bunch of money over on his channel buying call options on the SQQQ, which in a way was opposite the trade that I was making. And yet that trade was profitable. In addition to that, the TQQ trade was profitable for me. That's what I want to point out to you. That's what volatility looks like in the marketplace. When you can actually take a call and a put, you can go long or go short on the same stock, and that can move so violently that you can profit both ways, even when you buy them at the exact same time. I'm actually imagining right now that the SQQQ will be a buy again below $50. That's my target that I've got in mind. All right, let's talk about the Google earnings play. This was another successful play. If you played it the way that I advised you guys on Sunday night, I said get in and get out. I got in around $100 in some options. I was up significantly and I sold right before market close. I hope you guys did it the same way. That's the way that I advised you to play it. And there was money made. I've been getting the notes on my phone from you guys about you also playing it successfully. Congratulations, well done. It's another win for us to put into the books. I have to again talk about my Norwegian cruise line. It was up again today. This has been a beast of a play, ongoing, daily cash cow for me. I buy the dips and every single time I'm cashing out 20, 30, 40, 60. 2 times last week, I got 200% returns. Those are a little bit risky. I played them very, very close to option expiration, but I managed to pull out some big numbers on them. And right now I'm still in it. And here's Monday again with a roughly 60% win for me. And I was also told in the comment section over on MooMoo, you guys were showing me that you had some wins between 50 and 60% as well. Congratulations. All right, like I said earlier, if you've just got a single exchange and you're really not making any moves, you may consider taking a chance on getting the MooMoo app. There's a link in the description of the video. If you open and fund an account fully, then you can get 15 stock valued up to $30,000. But if you just put in $1, then you can get 1 share plus $10 because it's their 10-year anniversary. If you put in $100, then you get 6 chances of stock valued at $2,000 each. Now, here's what I'm saying to you guys. If you are all locked up and you're not making any moves, let's say you've got your Webull account, you're not making any moves in it, consider opening up the MooMoo account, see what kind of free money you might get. Consider putting in $1,000 and just positioning it and wait on a rainy day like this where you have strong conviction on an opportunity or a play, maybe one that you put a buy order in at a ridiculously low price and see if it picks up. All right, we got to talk about Alibaba, another very big call that I made some weeks back was that Baba had true support at the $58, $59 mark. And I told you guys that if it got down there, buy it. Well, it got down there today based on some news coming out of China. And I bought. A number of you guys heeded the call and you bought as well. And I was up $5 right after my purchase. Again, that was an incredible call, but not for my sake. I was proud to see you guys heed the call and make some money alongside of me. But what was going on with Alibaba? Why was the stock slammed so hard, and is it going to continue that trend? Well, I want to dive into that a little bit deeper with you guys right now. So what we had going on was bad China political news. So There is a fear going on right now that America's relations with China are running into some roadblocks. But the question that we're going to bring ourselves to is obviously, is BABA stock a buy now? Well, I just got done telling you that I bought some, but the real question is my area of support, $58, $59, is that going to hold, or are we going to come back to it and break down to some other level? I don't see that happening. I think we would need a major political event. You could imagine what kind that might be to drive us beneath that $58. So personally, I believe that it was a buy. We could see it come back to back test that area. We always need to be mindful of that. But right now, I'm up. If I get any kind of a move down, I will lock in those profits. But at the moment, I'm right now going a little bit long on that because I got in at a great price and I can afford to go long on it because I'm in the profit. The actual news that seemed to rile everybody up was that the Chinese president was reelected or reconfirmed for a historic third term. People believe that as being bearish in its context to American-Chinese relationships, but that was the way it was perceived. If for some reason he had not won, then people could have perceived that it would open up a door for better Chinese-American relations. But right now, that's what was driving the stock mad. Alibaba's stock, just for perspective, is at its lowest level since September 2015. That's absolutely amazing. We are all the way back to 2015. We've knocked 7 years of gains off of this company to get that price today at 58 bucks. And more specifically, what that meant is it was selling today at 10x trailing earnings. But even though that's such a great price, does that mean that we buy? I'm going to say yes. I think that means we buy, right? I think it's very likely that we are going to bounce and retest the $73, $75 range before we could go back and break through that 58, 59 range. We do not have the data on the table to suggest that BABA wouldn't be a buy at these levels. There's no news going on that would suggest that we should stay away from it. BABA's actually done well. If we did begin to move up and we broke through the $73, $75 range, the true resistance for this stock is at $100 because of the massive overhead supply. And the overhead supply means that there's a lot of investors who are stuck up there at $100. And that could put pressure on the stock, both at the current price, because people could be capitulating. They may begin to minimize their losses and sell as it slowly rises. We're going to see the strongest area of resistance at $100. And so we need to keep that in mind, looking at it going forward, that if we do get a recovery out of BABA, we need to realize that it's between here and $100. That's where it's going to have the biggest trouble in the future. Coming all the way down to that price may have been perceived as ridiculous. Right now, my ideal target is back to that 73, 75 range where I think we'll see some resistance. Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know if you guys made money or if you lost money. For instance, NEO got slammed today. Well, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. In some recent days, I felt that YouTube has been a little bit of a distraction from my trading. But today, I have to admit that when I began to get all these positive messages from you guys over on the MooMoo app about what you had made and how you had acted on some of the calls that I've made on this channel, I have to be honest, it filled my cup up. It got me pumped and excited to get on here and even share more of my knowledge with you guys and see you guys grow and see you guys make money. This is still going to be an exciting week. We've got other earnings ahead of us, so stay close, fam. Hit the subscribe and the bell if you're new to this page. As always, peace and blessings, my friends. We'll see you later.